Season 3, Episode 9 of Game of Thrones, titled The Rains of Castamere, is one of the most shocking and pivotal episodes in the series. It primarily focuses on the infamous Red Wedding, where Robb Stark, his mother Catelyn Stark, and much of the Northern Army are brutally betrayed and slaughtered by House Frey and House Bolton, acting under the orders of Tywin Lannister. The episode also follows Daenerys Targaryen's attack on Yunkai and Jon Snow's conflict beyond the Wall. The main storyline revolves around Robb Stark attending the wedding of his uncle Edmure Tully to Rosalind Frey in an effort to mend relations with House Frey after he previously broke his marriage pact. Initially, everything appears to be proceeding well, with Lord Walder Frey seemingly accepting the marriage arrangement despite his clear bitterness. However, as the wedding feast continues, the song The Rains of Castamere, a Lannister anthem about crushing betrayal, begins playing. This serves as an ominous sign just before Frey's men, along with Roose Bolton and his forces, turn on the Starks, slaughtering Robb, Catelyn, and their men in a horrifying ambush. Catelyn Stark, realizing the betrayal too late, desperately pleads for her son's life, even taking Walder Frey's young wife hostage to negotiate. But Walder remains unmoved, and Roose Bolton personally stabs Robb, uttering, "The Lannisters send their regards." In sheer grief and despair, Catelyn screams before slitting the girl's throat, only to have her own throat cut moments later. Meanwhile, Arya Stark, who has been traveling toward the wedding with Sandor the Hound Clegane, arrives just in time to witness the aftermath. She sees Stark soldiers being slaughtered and even Robb's direwolf, Grey Wind, killed. Before she can react, the Hound knocks her unconscious and takes her away, sparing her from seeing the full horror. This moment emphasizes Arya's recurring theme of witnessing immense loss and sets her on a darker path of vengeance. Elsewhere, the episode also follows Daenerys Targaryen's campaign to liberate the city of Yunkai. Her forces, led by Daario Naharis, Jorah Mormont, and Grey Worm, infiltrate the city and successfully take it over, furthering her reputation as a conqueror and liberator. Jon Snow, on the other hand, is forced to betray his wildling companions when he refuses to kill an innocent man, leading to a fight where he barely escapes. His love interest, Ygritte, is left behind, hurt and betrayed. These side plots, while significant, are overshadowed by the Red Wedding, making this episode one of the most devastating and unforgettable in television history. Season 3, Episode 10 of Game of Thrones, titled Mhysa, serves as the season finale and deals with the immediate fallout of the Red Wedding while setting up major storylines for the next season. The episode covers the reactions to the Stark massacre, the power dynamics in King's Landing, and the continued rise of Daenerys Targaryen. The North is in turmoil after the Red Wedding, and the episode opens with the horrifying image of Robb Stark's decapitated body sewn onto his direwolf Grey Wind's head. Roose Bolton, now the Warden of the North, explains to his bastard son, Ramsay Snow, that he will be given the stronghold of Winterfell. Meanwhile, Arya Stark, still traveling with the Hound, witnesses Stark soldiers being mocked and murdered. In a defining moment, she sneaks up on one of them and kills him, marking her first deliberate, personal kill. This signifies her growing darkness and thirst for vengeance. In King's Landing, Tywin Lannister asserts his power, taking credit for orchestrating the Red Wedding. He coldly dismisses his son Tyrion's objections, reinforcing how ruthless he is. Tyrion, struggling with his forced marriage to Sansa Stark, later informs her of her family's slaughter, deepening her grief. Meanwhile, Jaime Lannister finally returns to the capital, his relationship with Brienne of Tarth having changed him significantly. His arrival is quiet, but it sets the stage for his reckoning with Cersei. Beyond the Wall, Jon Snow, wounded and on the run after betraying the wildlings, is confronted by Ygritte. She is heartbroken and furious over his deception, and in an emotional moment, she shoots him with multiple arrows, but intentionally spares his life. Jon barely makes it back to Castle Black, where he warns the Night's Watch of the impending wildling invasion. Meanwhile, Bran Stark and his group continue their journey north, with Bran telling the story of the Rat Cook, a tale about divine vengeance, subtly foreshadowing the eventual reckoning for the Freys. The episode ends with a powerful scene in Essos. Daenerys Targaryen, having successfully freed the slaves of Yunkai, steps outside the city walls to be greeted by thousands of freedmen. They call her Mhysa, which means mother in Old Giscari. As they lift her up, she stands as a savior figure, embraced by the people she has freed. While this moment presents her as a benevolent ruler, it also foreshadows her growing belief in her own destiny and power. With this, the season closes on a mix of triumph, grief, and foreboding changes to come.